Therefore, as a matter of national security, I've signed this omnibus budget bill. There are a lot of things that I'm unhappy about in this bill. There are a lot of things that we shouldn't have had in this bill, but we were, in a sense, forced. If we want to build our military, we were forced to have. There are some things that we should have in the bill. But I say to Congress, I will never sign another bill like this again. I'm not going to do it again.
All right, the president has his remarks live right now, and the magic of DVR computers. We'll just back it up a few minutes and play some of his statements on the omnibus big spending bill. But the big news is the $60 billion trade penalty on China, which is just a bite of the apple, but lets them know the era of our capitulation is over. There is no free or fair trade. We're being ripped off by all these countries. It's a joke. No one does this. That's why we've gone from the #1 industrial power, over half the world's industry, to now like 20% of it. And the globalists are these geniuses that sold us off. Well, yeah, it was good for them. So that's coming up. And we've also got powerful report from Owen Schroyer. Wait till you see what happened to the city council yesterday, confronting them about Antifa right here in the ATX. But before I go any further, every time we do this sale on the Alexa Pure Breeze, it sells out in a week or so. And we only do it a couple times a year. We have to pull this by Monday because the Alexa Pure Breeze is a 4-stage filter, ion filter, you name it. 4 or 5 years ago, I bought similar systems for $900 a piece. We started selling Alexa Pure when it came out a few years ago. It was $300 then. But because of cost, miniaturization, all of it, now we sell it for $200. Well, the special is $50 off. We do this special only a few times a year. $50 off, 25% off, $149. Leading competitors are $400 to $600 still. This is what I've got in my home, what I've got in the office. I don't want to get graphic, but you can be in a pretty big room like this. This is probably what is this room? Probably 800 square feet or more. 1,000 square feet, probably more than that. And if somebody sneezes, it goes from blue to red, meaning it's picking up particulate. You can pass gas, and in 2 seconds, 20 feet away, it turns on. And I don't want to get gross here. I'm just saying it's amazing. And then when it turns purple, it's time to clean it, and that's just the first stage filter. You take it off, spray it off with the water hose or wipe it off. So $50 off. I know the cost of these is like $89, $90, so we make like $25, $30, so do they. This is really a great deal. But people know it's a great deal, so every time we do it, I mean, it's a great deal when we make 60, 70 bucks on it. But I mean, now it is crazy. 97% satisfaction, 486 reviews. You cannot get a better filter for you and your family. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, or 888-253-3139. Also, we're introducing Myco ZX Plus from InfoWars Life. Introductory price, 50% off, $27.48. Big old glass bottle, 4 to 5 regimens of the detox in it. It doesn't target the bad bacteria like good probiotics that we sell do. It's the other side of the equation, the yeast, the mold, the candida. This is what they don't tell you about. This is so dramatic. The reviews are so dramatic. It's got a 98% review again. Nobody else has that. And it was a great deal before, but we signed a year contract, so it's stronger, and we got it for, what, like $30 less a bottle. So we can massively lower the cost. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. We got 25% off Super Male, Super Female Vitality. Our brand new Immune Gargle, the spray bottle with the colloidal silver, very concentrated, silver sol type, patented with the iodine and other key things. It's got the peppermint oils. It's a mouth freshener, and it's just amazing. Very strong, though, so I use limited amounts of it. Our Silver Bullet's excellent as well. It's 30 parts per million. The Silver Sol is a whole nother animal, and again, is very, very serious. Silver Sol Nano Silver. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, or 888-253-3139. And you're standing up against George Soros, Comedy Central, the Georgetown University, 2 of Hillary's law firms, all trying to destroy us. And they're failing. But it's only because of you. You stand with us. You are the InfoWar. Do not thank me when you call. I'm thanking you. Do you understand? You are the reason we're here. I salute you. Let's go to the president and his ongoing remarks on the omnibus spending bill. I don't know what he said yet. This just started 6-7 months ago. I don't know whether he's shooting down the bill. I think he will. Here it is.
Some tremendous trade deals are being made with various countries. We're negotiating very long, very hard, but very quickly. And the deal with South Korea is, according to Secretary Ross and Bob Lighthizer, is very close to being finished. And we're going to have a wonderful deal with a wonderful ally. We're getting very close to it. It was a deal that was causing a lot of problems for our country in terms of employment and in terms of lots of other things. I might ask Secretary Ross to just say a few words about that, and then we're going to get on to this ridiculous situation that took place over the last week. So, Secretary
Bingo, he's going to shoot it down.
Thank you, Mr. President. We believe we are relatively close to a pretty comprehensive resolution with the South Korean government. It will encompass, if it goes through, both the 232s and broader trade issues. And we hope by sometime next week to be able to have a real announcement.
Getting things done, boy.
Thank you very much, Wilbur. I appreciate it.
It's unbelievable.
The last time we negotiated something like this, and as you know, it's always been a problem for our country, they get together and they create a series of documents that nobody's been able to read because it was just done. Now, you tell me who can read that quickly. It takes a long time to read it. For the last 8 years, deep defense cuts have undermined our national security. How old are, and they just, if you look at what's taken out, they've hollowed our readiness as a military unit and put America at really grave risk. My highest duty is to keep America safe. Nothing more important. The omnibus bill reverses this dangerous defense. As crazy as it's been, as difficult as it's been, as much opposition to the military as we've had from the Democrats, and it has been tremendous. I try to explain to them, you know, the military is for Republicans and Democrats and everybody else. It's for everybody. But we have tremendous opposition to creating really what will be by far the strongest military that we've ever had. We've had that from the Democrats. So if we take something for the military, they want something for, in many cases, things that are really a wasted sum of money.
Shrimp on treadmills.
Right. And it's very bad for our country.
Teaching Kenyans how to be transgender.
We're looking to
look it up.
Do funding for our final fight in certain areas. As you know, we've gotten just about 100% of our land back from ISIS. We have troop increases necessary to accomplish what we have to do, and we have, very importantly, a pay increase for our troops. And this will be actually the largest pay increase for our incredible people in over a decade. It increases total defense spending by more than $60 billion from last year and funds the addition of critically needed ships, planes, helicopters, tanks, and submarines. We have submarines being built, the likes of which there's nothing anywhere in the world like the submarines we build. Our military equipment is the best equipment in the world, and $1 billion from last year, and funds the addition of critically needed ships, planes, helicopters, tanks, and submarines. We have submarines being built, the likes of which there's nothing anywhere in the world.
We were just switching from the Fox News feed to the White House feed because theirs is better. And again, he's signaling that it's a bad bill with a bunch of pork, so he's going to shoot it down, calling it crap. But he's also signaling he might sign it just because it's got so much good stuff in it, which I don't like that too much, and Rand Paul doesn't. We're about to find out. Keep going. Well, we're going to go to break. We're going to go to break and come back with this and find out right now what's going on with that. Infowars.com, newswars.com. Got the Owen Schroyer report coming up. We confronted the Austin City Council on letting armed men intimidate free speech in Austin. And we're also going to open the phones up in the next hour. I'm Alex Jones. Please spread all the live links and tell folks about the local station you're watching or listening on right now. Well, I was going with what the president had said he thought he would do earlier in tweets. And he came out and said it's been a mess and horrible the last week dealing with this omnibus bill, with the horrible things the Democrats would demand be put in here if we were going to get military funding or border security or any of it. So Trump vows to sign $1.3 trillion spending bill, averting a government shutdown, just hours after he tweeted out that he was probably going to veto it, was looking at vetoing it because the spending was so out of control. But then I guess he understands that the economy is in so much trouble that he thinks they'd use a shutdown to derail things. I tell you, it's hard to make a decision on this, who's right or who's wrong. We are just in a mess. I am considering a veto of the omnibus spending bill based on the fact that the 800,000 plus DACA recipients have been totally abandoned by the Democrats, not even mentioned in the bill, and a border wall, which is desperately needed for our defense. So he's trying to legalize 800,000 DACA people that he said in the campaign if they could prove they had been here and weren't criminals, he would. He's saying the Democrats have abandoned them. So that's a political shot back at him. This is just crazy. Let's hear a few more minutes of Trump, but we know what happened in the press conference. Then trotting out Mattis and talking about our strong military and our border and why he did the bill and trying to explain to us why he went along with it. He did the good thing on tariffs yesterday against China. He's done so many other good things, but I don't know. This is kind of a wash right now. We'll open the phones up in the next hour, get your take on it, but here's more of the president.
Our military equipment is the best equipment in the world. And one of the things you saw 2 days ago with Saudi Arabia and with other countries, Saudi Arabia, as an example, is buying hundreds of billions of dollars worth of our equipment. And we're getting very fast approvals on that. Therefore, as a matter of national security, I've signed this omnibus budget bill. There are a lot of things that I'm unhappy about in this bill. There are a lot of things that we shouldn't have had in this bill, but we were, in a sense, forced. If we want to build our military, we were forced to have. There are some things that we should have in the bill. But I say to Congress, I will never sign another bill like this again. I'm not going to do it again. Nobody read it. It's only hours old. Some people don't even know what it is. $1.3 trillion. It's the second largest ever. President Obama signed one that was actually larger, which I'm sure he wasn't too happy with either. But in this case, it became so big because we need to take care of our military. And because the Democrats, who don't believe in that, added things that they wanted in order to get their votes. We have to get rid of the filibuster rule. We have to get rid of the filibuster rule and go to 51 votes in the Senate if we're going to have really sustained, continued success. DACA recipients have been treated extremely badly by the Democrats. We wanted to include DACA. We wanted to have them in this bill, 800,000 people, and actually it could even be more. And we wanted to include DACA in this bill. The Democrats would not do it. They would not do it. To prevent the omnibus situation from ever happening again, I'm calling on Congress to give me a line item veto for all government spending bills, and the Senate must end. They must end the filibuster rule and get down to work. We have to get a lot of great legislation approved, and without the filibuster rule, it'll happen just like magic.
All right, there you go. And the president is right. He then went and signed it. This is just minutes ago. We're a few minutes behind here because of the breaks. I see what he's doing. It's pragmatic. He's saying fix it because I have no way. I'm not a dictator. Now, if I have a line item veto like many governors have, like Rick Perry had in Texas, you can go through and kill the pork. And I think that's something the president really should have.
You know, someone very profoundly once said, many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
You're a white male! You're a white man!
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video.
I love Satan, so f*** you. I kill my kids.
Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man.
We came, we saw, he died.
She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
There's a guy on the radio who apparently Trump's on his show frequently. He said me and Hillary are demons. Said we smell like sulfur. Ain't that something?
I had never seen or smelled any woman like that, ever.
People are telling me she smells.
Who could not notice someone who smelled that bad?
Literal vampire pot and goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching Fox News as I worked out this morning, and they had the police chief on making excuses from that town in Minnesota. And they had the Fox News host, this is the Fair and Balanced channel, going, Donald Trump really stepped in at this time. He said it was a bombing before it had officially been called a bombing, and Hillary's on him, and she's got some really good points.
Nourish a probiotic-friendly environment in your gut with prebiotic fiber by InfoWars Life. Help the good bacteria thrive and support overall digestive health with our specially formulated prebiotic fiber, a mixture of clinically studied and organic acacia, fruit, and flax fiber. Prebiotic fiber is soluble fiber that ferments in the gut to help feed good bacteria, which helps you digest food, absorb nutrients, and even support your immune system. InfoWars Life's cutting-edge formula only brings you the highest quality, organic, and clinically studied ingredients. Cheap prebiotic fibers are used up only at the beginning of the colon, but our premium organic acacia fiber is slowly digested by the good bacteria throughout the entire colon for maximum prebiotic effect. Head to InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.